Hi, everybody, and welcome to Turnabout Podcast. I'm your host, Jane Austen's ghost.
Are you?
I am. I've decided I am.
You are. Okay.
What about you?
I, after conducting 20 years worth of surveys and research, I can finally determine that I am an asshole.
Amazing. Is it hard for you to, announce that to the world?
Yes.
I can imagine. Let's all give him a big round of applause. Congratulations, asshole.
Thank you so much.
Well, especially as Jane Austen's ghost.
I was waiting for this opportunity.
Mr. Darcy's kind of an ass. I mean, he gets redemption, but he seems like an asshole at first, so I support the assholes.
You do?
I do. I absolutely do. Sorry about that. Jane Austen is very busy and very sought after.
Of course, in the afterlife.
And welcome to this new episode of Turnabout Podcast.
And welcome back to Turnabout Podcast.
We have a very exciting episode this week.
We do. It's a nice return to form, by the way.
I feel like it's a nice theme.
It's a nice theme. It's a nice episode after a week of absence.
Exactly. And also it allows us to talk about every single game as we're going to discuss families in the Ace Attorney franchise and series.
It is very much the family ties episode.
Exactly.
Not to be confused with the sitcom.
Absolutely. And before discussing said theme, we'll have to give our weekly shout out to our artist, who this week is Noodle and Tea.
AKA Issy.
Issy, yeah. We're both very excited to feature her because I told her weeks ago we were going to discuss her. And then loads of stuff happened with exam and stuff. So thank you for your patience, Noodle and Tea. But finally we get to talk about her work, which is truly wonderful.
Thank you for being patient.
Absolutely. So... Great work.
Just for context, before we start recording, we always share the artwork with each other. Just to know what's going on. But this time I haven't showed Lucy which my favorite pieces are, so... And
I haven't showed you either.
Yeah, you have...
We kept it as a surprise this week.
Yes.
First of all, very colorful art, very strong, vivid colors. We love that.
And very cartoony as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I have a list of favorites, actually.
Okay, you start.
Should I go over every single one?
No, just say your favorites, and then we'll go.
I mean, my favorites. My favorites, which I haven't sent to you, is the crossover between Sonic and Ace Attorney.
You haven't sent this one. That's really cute. That's so cute. Look
at Tails as Maya.
That's adorable. I've been really into Sonic lately.
I've never been into Sonic.
I've played it when I was a kid, but I've watched these people dub over it. Yeah. This group of friends who dub over the cinematic of Sonic games. It's hilarious. I need to send you some. It's so funny. It's so funny. And I during the holiday, I spent hours watching. It was so much fun. Absolutely. I haven't seen that one, but absolutely. I'm a Sonic stan.
Top tier content.
Top tier, absolutely.
So then it's yet another crossover. It's Apollo and his Pokemon Score Bunny from Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh, I was wondering what was that, but it's so cute.
Because you don't play Pokemon.
I do not.
And you're not aware of...
I don't have the Pokemon bug.
You do not. Unfortunately, for me, I do. And although it was my least favorite title, I love seeing how Apollo and Score Bunny have the similarities, the ears and the hair.
Yeah, the color as well, the bit of the red and stuff.
And I don't know, it matches in personality as well.
Okay.
I really think it would be his Pokemon.
Definitely. Absolutely. What is your next one?
So my next favorite ones are a pair. It's Phoenix with Sneakers.
I did see that one. I love that. Because in the anime, he does go to work on a bike. So
I saw that.
He needs to have some good shoes.
And also Apollo in sneakers.
I feel like Apollo would wear sneakers. I feel like that's very on
and
brand.
White sneakers
exactly.
as well.
Like I feel like it fits him.
Like very vanilla. And my just great content again. But my final favorite one has to be Athena wearing shorts. I think that's shorts, right?
I think so as well.
Because it has the
it
crotch.
has the shadow. Yeah, I think so as well.
Using a bit of imagination. Sorry, Issy, if it's like this isn't actually shorts, but just Athena with shorts. Just finally, freaking finally. She looks so good in them. She looks like she like the way she draw her. She could belong in Looney Tunes.
Yeah, kinda.
Like a wacky character. So what about you?
So, Athena was also one of my favorites, but for a different reason. The boots. Giving Athena go-go boots is a really good idea.
Where are the boots?
Aren't those white boots?
Like you can't see the boots.
But like it's the implication of boots. Like high boots.
Okay, I'll cut this out because I sound like a fucking
idiot. Like she wears like small boots. I'm very into under the knee boots lately, and I feel like it looks so good with Athena's outfit. Like white go-go 60s, 70s boots.
Right.
That would be chef's kiss. To be fair, I could be mistaken. Those could be high socks.
I don't think it's socks.
But I really
because
like...
Because you see there's the blue
exactly,
thing, right?
And I really like the boots option. I feel like it could be so cute. And the shorts. It makes so much more sense than a skirt. If you're gonna be investigating stuff, I feel like a skirt is not the best. It can be made, but like I feel like shorts are more practical.
Absolutely.
So I love that. I really like the one where Phoenix is wearing a kimono with Trucy as well. I thought that was really cool, and like the stars in the background, really cute. I really did enjoy this one. And I love Phoenix playing the piano with his little sweater. I thought like it was really cute. And I really liked it.
By the way, it makes sense for him. It doesn't make sense for him, but like we don't really discuss Phoenix going to art school initially.
Definitely.
And
we don't even know what he was studying.
I saw a meme or a post on Tumblr the other day that said that his like artistic instinct from art school kicked in when he put the vase together from Damon Gunn's office. The one that looked like the Blue Badger. So yeah.
Definitely. I do wish it was addressed more.
Same.
Definitely.
And how I was thinking like how the portrayal of artists, like it starts with Phoenix at art school with the pink sweater, and then Larry as an artist is wearing a pink sweater again.
Exactly. There's a theme of pink sweaters. And yeah, for sure, like I wish he talked about it more. Like he played piano in the later game, so he still did have a bit of artistic.
That's true. We don't talk about that though.
Those were my favorites. Thank you again, Noodle and Tea, for letting us feature your work.
Thank you so much. And thank you for being patient.
Thank you for your patience. Yes, thank you so much. And now, shall we move on to the theme? The families episode?
It is very much the family episode.
The long-awaited family episode.
The long-awaited?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Before we begin, I would just like to recap every family from the game.
Oh my god.
Did you do the same thing?
No, but did you write everything down?
I wrote every single family.
Are you sure?
I think I did. I missed out some of them. For instance, like the one in the Professor Layton one.
Okay.
And...
No, from the games we played though.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
And I think I've missed some that were only mentioned, but I think I have pretty much everyone from the games.
Making the questions, because family is such a strong aspect of the games and such a major aspect as well. Relationships which were like family based kept hitting me. Like I just kept remembering stuff.
So here's the list that I've compiled.
Okay.
The Faye family, Von Karma, Edgeworth, the Barry family, Cadaverini, Hawthorne, the Paynes, the Judge and his brother, the Kitaki, the Grammary, the right. I wrote like the Justice and La Miroir family, like, you know, Apollo, Trucy.
Oh, yeah.
Justice Jove, Jove Justice, the Michan, the Gavin.
The who?
Vera Mission and her dad.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Gavin, the Tenma, the Black Will, the Sykes, the royal family of Kurain, the Inmi, the Buffs, the Faradays, Courtney and March. They don't have the same last name. The Marshalls in Rise from the Ashes, the Meanies, Inimini, the Sad Mahadi, the Tornado, and the Defame.
What about the Inherited Turnabout?
Yeah, so that was the only, like, because I didn't really knew if I wanted to put them, because there is 3 families kind of in there. There's Simon Keyes' family.
Isaac
Dover, and technically Master Jeffrey.
Jeff Master,
and Kate.
yeah.
But because there was like kind of off-screen families that was only mentioned, I didn't put them. But they are still there.
What about the Sprockets?
I did not put those. Yeah, I saw them on the list.
I told you it's like, way too many.
Yeah. Because like the Sprockets, I was just like, I saw those and I was just like, we're not going to discuss that case.
What about Shilong Lang?
So, Shilong Lang, because it's a fake family, I didn't... Oh, Shilong... But we don't really get to know people from his family.
Right.
So I didn't put him. And I didn't put the Hughes as well, because it's a fake family.
It's a fake, right? What about... You mentioned Tenma, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then,
so those were my list.
Oh my god.
To kind of recap everyone.
That's a huge fucking list.
It is. It's a huge fucking list. Because at first I was like, oh, just be like 10-ish families. And I was like, it's 8 line long on my notebook. So it is really long.
My god.
So we're going to do interview style questions.
Yeah.
And Asshole, would you do me the honor?
I didn't think that would stick around.
Absolutely, it will.
So, starting off, I have rate the following.
Okay.
And you might want to note these down so you don't forget.
Is it... Wait, this is important?
No.
Is it rate or rank?
Rank.
Rank, okay.
So, Mia and Maya.
Okay.
Apollo and Trucy.
So we're doing siblings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Emma and Lana.
Oh, I forgot this guys.
Well.
Emma and Lana.
Blackwell and Aura. And you also forgot Yanni Yogi and his children.
Oh yeah, but they're mentioned, so...
Nayuta and Rafa. I bet I know where that's going. And Edgeworth and Francisca.
Okay. So, I think I would have to rank first Mia and Maya. That's like a given.
Yeah.
Just excellent. So cute. I love them so much. Both very I love the characters separately, but I feel like also a great sister duo.
Excuse me.
Then, for me, it will be second Edgeworth and Francisca.
Mm-hmm.
I love them both separately, but also their dynamic is so much fun.
Yeah.
And we get to see them much more than Maya and Mia because, something happened in the first game with Mia.
Right.
But Edgeworth and Francisca, the same way that, for me, Edgeworth and Larry have such a relatable and realistic sibling relationship. Francisca and Edgeworth the same way as well. Those could be arguments that I could have with my siblings and
absolutely.
kind of those kinds of rivalry, and I think they have a really, really strong relationship and I love it. It's very entertaining. A bit of an unpopular opinion, but I think I'll have to go with Apollo and Trucy next.
Oh my god.
Because we get to see those a lot and I do like their relationship. I'm just uncomfortable with the fact that I don't know their siblings.
I know.
But they do have a very cute relationship. And they do have, like, Apollo being a little more cynical and Tracy being super hopeful. I think they balance each other out nicely. Then it'll be... I hesitating between Emma and Lana and Black Wind and Aura. I love Black Wind and Aura separately, but we don't get to see a lot of them together. They have a big age gap, like they have a big age difference. Like I think I'd have to put Emma and Lana in 4th place, even though like because there is a redemption at the end, and they seem really close. And then Black Wind and Aura, and then Ayuta and Reva.
I wonder why.
Yeah. What about you?
For me, it'd have to be Mia and Maya, Edgeworth and Francisca.
Okay, so far the same answer.
Emma and Lana.
Ah, okay.
Because, as we've mentioned in the last episode, I have been getting around to Emma.
Exactly.
And although Lana is still a huge fucking
yeah.
She's like, it's real. Like, she put herself in front of harm's way in order to protect her sister.
Yeah.
And then I'd have to say Blackquill and Aura.
Okay.
Just because, again, Aura like held, like, although she's kind of irredeemable, she held people hostages in order for like her brother to like be held in court, like find justice. And then, honestly, Apollo and Trucy, because the other one is just so bad, Nayuta and Rafa, after what he did to her, like, I can't even look at him. But yeah, Apollo and Trucy is one of my least favorites. I don't think they sell it well. Especially after what you said, like, the fact that they don't know, it always makes it worse.
Yeah, you don't want to have to do some accidental incest over there.
Absolutely not. So yeah, that was my first question.
My first question is, who do you think has the healthiest dynamic? Family-wise.
Like, either sibling or parent or...
Like, the whole family.
The whole family?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's a lot.
Yeah.
What was your answer? What is your answer?
I don't know, because every single one of them is kind of fucked up.
And kind of dysfunctional.
I feel like the one that's pretty healthy... What were you going to say?
I'd say Bonnie, the fam, and her sister.
Yeah, there's like those ones that I thought about. Also, the Tenma.
Tenma.
They have like no drama.
Really?
They get along. They're close. Because like, for instance, I love the Fays, but it's not really healthy.
No.
Courtney and John March, but there's so much drama with
and
like,
the backstory isn't great.
The backstory is tragic.
Even though Bonnie wasn't aware of like, was it? I don't remember the other one's name even.
Bonnie and
Betty, maybe.
I think so.
Well, even though the one didn't know.
Yeah.
About the whole thing, I still think like because they work together, that's like the, you know, like display of like how effective they worked. But if we're talking about also working in harmony, like try Morgan Fay and Dahlia Hawthorne working post-mortem.
Yeah, but she abandoned them. So, not healthy-wise.
Like, they still had hatched a revenge plan even after...
I mean, they had loads in common, that's for sure. Yeah, but for me, my answer would be the Tenma.
The Tenma?
I think so.
I hate the Tenma.
Yeah, but they're the healthiest, for sure.
Absolutely not.
Okay, what's your next question?
I'm trying to think if anyone else is more... Did you mention the Amano people in your list?
The Amano?
From the Kidnapped Turnabout, the guy with the long ears.
Oh, absolutely not.
Girl, your list, you can't say I made a list of everything and leave half people outside.
I made a list, at least. I tried.
Did you use the wiki?
I did. They weren't mentioned.
What?
I think the wiki was only for... No, I must have missed them.
Oh, we haven't mentioned spoilers. Spoiler alert.
Every single week we've mentioned. I think it'll be okay. Don't be rude.
It's not rude. It's just incomplete. We're also not mentioning married couples, right?
No, like
no, it's just family,
they
right?
do have a healthy relationship.
Like, I was thinking about, it's not really healthy, but, like, a lovable relationship would be, Rafa and her dad, like her adopted dad. What was his name?
Inma? No. Impa?
Something like that.
Yeah. I'll look it up.
Inga.
Inga, I think.
Inga. I think it's Inga.
Yeah.
But yeah, Inga and how he had the password as...
That was really cute.
It was. I mean, it was definitely better than Phoenix and Trucy. And we've talked about this time and time again, so I'm not getting into it. But you know what I mean.
What is your next question?
So my next question is, again, ranking, but this time it's parents.
Okay.
From best to worst based on parenting.
Okay.
So we have Misty, a.k.a. Elise.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan.
Mm.
Manfred, Lamiroir, Blaze.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Garen.
Wait, Blake, Garen.
And Gregory.
Okay.
So basically, horrible parent edition except for Gregory.
So Gregory's first.
Yeah, Gregory's first.
They're all so bad. I have to say...
Oh, did you mention the Faradays in your list?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, because I was thinking it's just dad and daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Gregory first.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Misty second. Because we kind of saw her parent, Larry. Like, she was a mentor to him, and she was, like, okay-ish. And I feel like she had to run away. I could see her being a loving mother before running away.
I'm not sure if it's looking at how she built a relationship and mentored Larry makes it worse because she never went back to find Maya.
But she couldn't. I don't think she's a total asshole.
She's not a total asshole.
And she, like, literally died for her daughter.
Yes, of course.
So that's...
But also, like, her actions were, like, not her choices.
Yeah. We're raising them on, like, ranking them, like, parent-wise.
Yes, like, how good of parents they are.
Because, like, Morgan is a great mom to Pearls. She wants the best for her, but not for the other
girly, that's sister. 1 out of 3.
Yeah. So, Gregory, Misty...
And it just goes downhill from there. I mean, what?
I'd say... They're all so bad. I'll say Lamiroir. She's a horrible parent, but she's less worse than the other people in that list.
Right.
But I still think she's a bad parent. But, you know, she lost her memory, and she was blind, and she was away, so she has some circumstances. Then I'll say...
Did she lose her?
Isn't she blind?
Or is she deaf?
She's blind. She's a musician. She can't be deaf.
Why?
She makes music.
Beethoven was deaf, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah. So,
or was he blind?
No, he was deaf.
Oh my god.
Gregory, Misty, Lamiroir. And then they're all so bad. I will say... They're all bad in different ways.
I know.
Maybe
I was
Manfred? But no, because like Aris was kind of a son to him and he was horrible.
He killed his dad.
Not Manfred. Potentially Garen. Like, she was an asshole, but she didn't do anything to hurt Rafa. She was like manipulative, but
I don't want to give away too much from my list, so I won't say anything. I think by far and away, you have to agree that it's Blaze.
The worst?
The worst is Blaze.
The worst is Blaze. I think I'll have to say Morgan. She was a great mom to Pearls, horrible mom to the other two. And then Manfred, and then Blaze.
Oh, you haven't even mentioned Morgan.
I just mentioned her.
I mean, before, I thought you like... I completely forgot.
Yeah. Like, she's a bad... She was a good mom to Pearls, but she abandoned her other two kids, so...
You're right.
It cancels.
Yeah, you're right. And you're right that it's in different ways that they're bad.
Yeah.
Because, you can't really compare the stuff they've done.
So my list is Gregory, Misty, Lemiroir,
but also
Garen, Morgan, Manfred, and Blaise.
But also Blaise is the one that we explicitly see from the very beginning being horrible to his son, verbally abusing him. Whereas the other ones, eventually, it leads to that sometimes. But at the beginning, it's hidden.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say Gregory, Misty, Garen, because she was actually pretty okay with Rifa as a stepmom. I think if she had a child of her own, she'd be more compassionate.
Yeah, she'd be aunt.
Yeah,
she was her aunt.
She'd had more compassion. So it's Gregory, Misty, Garen, Morgan, Lemiroir. She's just horrible. Manfred, and then Blaise.
Okay. Yeah. I respect that.
Because Morgan and Manfred are kind of similar in the fact that they're bad parents because they inflicted certain ideals onto their kids, which weren't right.
Yeah, I feel like Manfred and Blaise are realistically bad parents. Mistakes that loads of people do with their kids and that have horrible consequences onto the children's life. Whereas it's not common that your mom is a queen and you find out she faked the death of your real mom to get the throne or something like that.
But Lemiroir is just honestly
is really...
she's such an asshole. What? What are you waiting for?
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, who should go to family therapy?
From any of them?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you had the money to pay for therapy for one family, who would you send to therapy?
What about you? I think I need a bit more thinking with this one.
I think I'd send the Von Karma.
The Von Karma?
Including Edgeworth.
Well, that's what I was
Because, the issues are so deep-rooted.
Mm.
And I feel but the thing is, there'll be no redemption for...
Absolutely not.
For Manfred. But, at least for Edgeworth and Francisca, I feel it'll be nice.
Did you mention the buffs in your list?
Yeah.
That is such a... I never think of them, by the way. And it's such a cute, It
is a cute family.
He was a good dad.
He was, I didn't put them as healthy because he died and so loads of trauma, mess and shoes. But before his death, definitely super cute. He'd build stuff for her. He would, study in little mountains and stuff.
So, yeah, for therapy, I don't want to say it was something that's too obvious, maybe the Gavins.
Oh.
But at the same time, I feel we would never have to go through the fucking horror nightmare that is Turnabout Big Top if Acro and Bat went to therapy after what happened.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Especially Acro.
Acro, sir, get medicated. Get help.
Medicated, absolutely medicated. He needs help. Absolutely. I mean, it's a tale of revenge, but come on. No one told your fucking brother to stick his head inside a fucking lion's mouth.
Exactly. I don't think that was anyone's fault but your dumbass brother.
Yeah. Bat is just incel energy. I feel he'd make...
do anything.
I feel Bat would make really nice friends with Apollo.
You think?
They'd be great together. Just
Why
burnt
not?
out.
You could write fan fiction about them.
Them boning?
Or just being friends.
No. It's them boning.
Boning?
So
okay.
Bat, Apollo, and Clay Tehran would make the perfect orgy, in my opinion.
Threesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
A threesome. Perfect.
They almost kind of look alike.
They're all twinks.
What is your next question?
My next question is somewhat a bit more theoretical.
Okay.
I said, dead parents have become somewhat of a tired trope, considering Misty Faye, Meta Sykes, Jove, Durkee, Zach, Gramarye, and even fucking Drew Misham.
And Gregory Edgeworth.
Yeah,
the OG.
Do you think if it was a dead sibling, then it would fix this? Or would you like something completely new? Such as, like, considering Eenie Meenie, Acro and Bud.
Yeah, we do have
Acro
a bit...
and Bud.
Maya and Mia. We do have a bit of a dead sibling theme going on.
But it hasn't been so prominent in the second trilogy.
It's much less frequent, definitely.
Because there's... In the first trilogy, we've mentioned quite a few...
Yeah.
Like, even Neil Marshall and his brother, Jake Marshall.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely in the first trilogy, in the first game, loads of dead siblings.
And the second game. We have 2 cases back to back, which is dead sibling.
Like, yeah, first trilogy...
Bat isn't dead, though. He's in a coma.
He's in a coma. I'm thinking... Yeah, I think so. I feel like it'll be more interesting because... You have the whole option of, like, siblings of the same age, so you can not even tell they're siblings. Like, I feel like it could be really interesting. But if I had to choose between dead siblings and dead parents, I feel like I choose another option. Like, I feel like it will be just more interesting to have new dynamics.
I think it's difficult to find something new which will equal the pain and the, like, trauma which a dead relative can produce. But at the same time, it's been done so many times that I don't think a dead sibling would fix it at this point.
Yeah.
I think it needs thought, but there should be something new. Because, like, how many times is there going to be family involved in the final case? It's been overdone to the point where, like, we know something's going to happen sooner or later that involves a family. And also, I get that it's part of Japanese culture, like, it's very revered, like, family is such a huge aspect.
Yeah.
And there's, like, a ton of respect for it, but again, I'd be more than happy and willing to explore another Japanese revered aspect of life through the backstory of, like, the main case and arc for the game.
Okay.
Like a good villain. Like, for example, I know Athena and her mom were involved in the main story of Dual Destinies, but I'd love... I really liked Bobby Fulbright as a villain because he had nothing to do with the family. Like, yeah, he killed Metis, but...
Exactly.
Like,
he was just an external factor.
They just shoehorned the secret spy thing in. And, yeah, I just wish we had more villains like him.
That was really fun. I do love Bobby Fulbright as a villain. Does that answer your question?
It does.
Okay. So my next one is, who's the least believable family?
Oh, Phoenix and Trucy.
Phoenix and Trucy?
By far and away.
Okay.
Is that your answer as well?
My answer was going to be, like, the whole The Mirror debacle. Like, I just cannot believe it. There's so much things that go into it. Like, she gets shot, which results into her being blind, and then she loses memory, and she wakes up in a foreign country.
But that's things that happen to her, not...
But it's so unbelievable. It happened to the family. It's like the whole family dynamic.
I thought, like... But does it... I kind of disagree with you, because, like, La Mirror, her experiences are surely unbelievable. But the fact that, like, Trucy has an asshole magician uncle, and her dad is also an asshole, then you can see that it's in their genes. Or wait, is Zach the brother of...
I don't think they're related. I think it's just part of the Humane troupe, but not related.
Are they not considered to be family?
I think they're, like, from the same family of magicians, but not blood related.
Oh, that would be weird. I guess incest runs in the family, right?
Yeah.
Then who is not the guy with the black hat is the father of Thalassa.
Yeah.
So they're related.
Yeah.
But then the other two are not.
No. Hence why he married Thalassa.
Okay.
But, like...
That makes sense.
I don't believe that she knows it's them and just doesn't tell them. Like, it's so weird.
100%.
The whole thing is, like...
Yeah, that's...
I don't really buy the whole...
I get that now.
And it's too tragic. It's too complicated. I just don't buy it.
No, me neither.
So that was my question.
So it's kind of the same answer, though.
Yeah, it's the same game and the same family dynamic.
Basically the worst family exploration.
What is your next question?
My next question, bestie Sock, is choose between these two. Eenie and Meenie or Acro and Bat?
Eenie and Meenie.
Explain your answer.
Eenie and Meenie are much more fun in my opinion, and they're in a great case. And I so understand the revenge thing. Like, I would be in the same position. If I was in the same position, of course I'd want revenge from that man. Like, he's a horrible person. Whereas with, like, Acro, it was a 16-year-old girl, and she just, like, it was an accident, and your dumb brother put his head in? Like, what? And he's not even dead? So, yeah, Eenie and Meenie. What about you?
I mean... Eenie is my favorite character, so you know it was coming. But
absolutely.
Yeah, 100% that. The other one also has the stink of Turnabout Big Top on it. I hate Acro. I think he's a horribly written character. I don't get his shtick. I don't get his revenge. Whereas the other one, like, I'd be pissed off too. And I'd, of course, summon her ghost for revenge. And also Dr. Gray's super unlikable, so there's... an aspect of sympathy as well, like an element of sympathy. But also, I love how they even explained that, like, she was working, like, way too many hours. Like, that...
That is so interesting. I feel like that's a really interesting thing of, like, being, like, when you're pushed to exhaustion because of your job, like,
and like she crashed because of that. Like,
exactly.
It felt realistic. It felt like they were making Dr. Gray's actions inexcusable.
Yeah.
And he I mean, no one deserves to die, but he kind of had it coming.
Yeah. No, I completely agree.
So what is your next question, bestie Sock?
I was like, if you had shoes on. My question is, which family would you like to be part of?
Oh, your questions are really creative today. Definitely, because all of them are fucked up. I don't know which one to choose. Give me a second. I have to go through my list. Do you mean like pre or post death? Or will that like be both? Like live it out?
Live it out.
Well, then... honestly... I'd love to have Athena as a sister.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's always happy and joyful.
She is really cute. And you kind of have Aura as a stepmom.
She's cute.
I mean,
it doesn't count as a factor when we're talking about siblings.
Cute, I mean personality-wise. Like, she's a very happy, cute person.
Incest is a major theme of this week.
And you'd have a hot stepmom.
Stepmom?
Aura Blackwell. If you're part of the Sykes family.
I thought Metis.
No.
But yeah, honestly, yeah, as a sister, and I'd keep her company so she
definitely
wouldn't have to go through the trauma.
Absolutely.
What about you?
I said the face because I do want their...
That's brave of you.
Medium powers. Like, I want to be able to channel and stuff.
Even if it meant losing your mom, having your dad abandon you, and losing your sister.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But like, I don't know.
And having an evil aunt. And murderous cousins.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It made my life more fun.
The extent that this bestie Sock would go to have superpowers.
I love my family. I wouldn't trade them for the world. But if I had to live in a video game setting, I'd love to be a fae. I'd love to be like a cousin of them. Who
Okay.
have, like, you know what I mean? Be part of the fae gang.
A normal...
Or be Pearls. Like, I've always felt very... Because I played the game as a kid, and I'm blonde, I feel like I'm Pearls. So, fae for me yeah.
Pearl isn't blonde.
Pearl is like dark blonde.
No, she's not.
What is she then?
She has brown hair.
It's blonde. It's
brown.
Dark blonde.
No, it's not.
Furiously typing Pearl's fae onto Google image. Ma'am, that's dark blonde.
That's not dark blonde.
Look at the little golden reflect.
No.
It's dark blonde.
Absolutely not. Leave your answer. Leave your
Pearl's
answer.
fae.
No, leave your answer in the comments. Is Pearl blonde or does she have brown hair?
Dark blonde.
No, she's brown. And please leave it in the comments.
Absolutely. Okay, what is your next question?
So you'd like to be an extended relative of the Faes?
Absolutely, yeah.
Just to have medium powers?
Yeah, I'd love that.
I mean, if you want to go through the trauma, that's your choice.
And I'd love to have Iris, Pearls, and Maya as a cousin. That'll be really fun.
Okay.
Like, the ones still standing are the good ones.
Oh my god. Stop. So my next question is, we both have sisters.
Yeah,
me and you. Who do you think was more convincing as a pair of sisters, Mia and Maya or Emma and Lana? Do you think it came across as repetitive?
I'm gonna have to say Emma and Lana, which is a controversial choice.
It is my answer as well.
But they felt more realistic. Like, I would like to give a small shout out to my sister, who I love dearly. But it does happen to have fights and to have periods of, like, especially because I'm the youngest siblings. There's period of times where my sister kind of withdrew from the relation, like during puberty and stuff like that, and then we became close again. Like, I know she'd die for me, but sometimes mishap happens in those kind of relationships. I do feel like they have the most realistic relationship. What about you? I
have the same answer, and I thought you were going to say Faye, and I was going to say unconventional opinion, but it's the other one. And yeah. I think it's because, of course, putting aside the spirituality and the supernatural aspect, putting it to the side, I think we don't see enough of Mia and Maya, and the stuff we do see, they were just set up for Turnabout Sisters to happen. Like, that phone call was kind of like...
Yeah.
I feel like that's not how sisters would speak, even though they were kind of distant at the time. And the other one, I told you already, like, how I feel like it's... Although I hate Lana, it's commendable how she put herself in harm's way in order to protect her sister. And I'd 100% do that. So I do feel like, although she's an asshole with Emma, and we both don't like her, like, you loathe that character.
I really don't like Lana. I love Emma, but I don't like Lana.
I think they're, like, the more realistic. And I don't think it's repetitive because, as I said not last week, but last time when we
discussed
went
it.
Through the post where I said that I was okay with Emma, I think at face value they're set up to be like a bait for Phoenix, just to, like, lure him in to help because he remembers Maya and now she's away, and that's what, like, really pushes him off the ledge to, like, help out Emma and Lana, although Lana is being completely uncooperative and Emma is a complete stranger. But yeah, like, I feel like that's just at face value. Then it's different. It's a different relationship and it's a different dynamic for Mia and Maya, and I think that's explored really well. And also, you know what's realistic as well? It's how Emma becomes her own person and she's, like, dead determined to be a scientist. But at the same time, I do see aspects of Lana in Emma when she grows up.
Definitely.
And I love that because my sister, like, she's been, like, becoming her own person, like, now growing into an adult. but at the same time, I see parts of myself in her. And I think Emma becoming more bitter around when Apollo Justice came out, I think it's a reflection of Lana.
Definitely, like, and I have the similar experience. Like, me and my sister were very different as kids, but now that we're growing into adults, I feel like we see a lot of each other in the other. Like, we're closer in personality than I thought, and we have loads of like similarities in the way we behave. So that's really interesting to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So yeah, what is your next question, bestie?
It is. Families become more and more frequent throughout the games.
Do they?
They do. You start with like 3-ish family, then like in each game, and then in like Apollo there's 6, and it keeps growing. Like the majorities of the family are in the second trilogy. So what do you think that is? Like, why did they put more and more family in the games?
We kind of answered that before, especially when I said that it's a pivotal part of Japanese culture, like family. And just also, like, being okay with your family is major, like, a must in Japanese culture. Like, when I was learning because I'm learning Japanese, just for context, when I was learning the greetings and the etiquette, there's, like, there's phrases for when you're leaving the house and when you're returning, and someone has to reply, or else something's not right in the house. So I think like the exploration through the video games of something so sacred going wrong and sour is very important, and it would like shock the player if they weren't raised in Japan. But to an outsider, because it's something we take for granted in Western cultures, even in Europe, it's not that like it is respected, but it's like it's something normalized.
Yeah.
Like we do take it for granted. I think it's like we don't see the value of it in the video game. But I think it also has to do with like how they saw how a formula worked out with the first trilogy, and they wanted to emulate that going forward. Like it's some of them are just like clear repetitions, like Athena and Metis. And the blame being placed onto the prosecutor is Misty and Maya and Edgeworth in the mix. Like, that's it. Yeah. And like, even like Nayuta and Apollo being half-brothers is basically reflecting Phoenix and Edgeworth being childhood best friends.
Yeah.
And the one like lost his parent.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
no, I agree. I think that also, we've talked about it at length in other episodes, but there is a tendency to raise the stakes in the second trilogy, and to have bigger and more important stakes in the games. So I do think it's an easy way to do so, like, it's the dad or something like that. And also shock value, like for instance, the tornado, you didn't expect the daughter, like all that stuff. But I do think when you have 8 game with 5-ish case in like 4 or 5 case, it is really hard to come up with new things. The games are still really good, but it gets repetitive, and I feel like they reuse some formulas. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it is my turn. Bestie Sock. So, after this question, it kind of like enters loony territory.
Okay.
So this is the last, basically serious one. What do we think about the portrayal of adopted children? Phoenix and Trucy, Jeff and Catherine, Manfred and Edgeworth, Justine and John, and Durkee and Apollo.
I personally really like it. I think those are really like interesting dynamics. I do feel like there is a bit of I didn't love how Durkee kind of abandoned Apollo. And I think if the story of Durkee was set up from the beginning, he wouldn't have, because it doesn't really make sense. Like, it's his son, and he always treated him as his son. Like, he wouldn't discard it like that. But, like, I really enjoy, like, the Courtney and John March. I feel like Trucy and Phoenix could use some more work, but I like them. I think they did a good job, and I think it's interesting that they brought up this theme and showed this kind of family type that we don't see a lot in video games.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not that common.
Yeah, it is like, it does happen, but it's more so mentors and stuff. We don't really talk about adopted children. So yeah. What about you?
I agree with what you said, and although we both, agreed that the family aspect sometimes becomes repetitive.
Yeah.
And some of the examples I mentioned, we don't really like as well, and they're not really convincing.
Yeah.
Such as Durkee and Apollo or Phoenix and Trucy. At the same time, I like how there's a variation.
Yeah.
It's not repetitive with adoptive children. Like Phoenix and Trucy, with the circumstances considered as well, was like a one-off. And his protege ends up being his adopted daughter's brother. And then Jeff and Catherine were just so heartwarming, and it's barely even touched upon. Like how
Rafa and her adopted dad as well.
Rafa and Inga just loving dad.
Cute.
Then Manfred and Edgeworth inflicting damage and trauma and just false like standards, and just raising it. You're not like a child which isn't even your own in the worst way possible. And again, Justine and John, we've touched upon this like a million times, how convincing that was and heartwarming.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think it's the least repetitive. It was refreshing. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. It was refreshing. I really like the portrayal, and I like how sometimes you're like, we're both fortunate enough to like not be adopted, but it does happen. Like, you might get adopted by assholes.
Yeah.
So I think it's portrayed like fairly. You know,
like there's a wide range of and the whole game is full with very interesting dynamics. We're with shitty parents and sometimes shitty children, so it does give a good portrayal of like human relationships. Yeah,
absolutely.
My next question is, so there is a kind of family that has terrified me since birth. It's, you know, those kind of families that work out and do sports together, like go hiking every weekend, go camping, like make sandwiches at 6 a.m. and then go in the van and go like hiking for hours.
That sounds like a nightmare.
That sounds like a nightmare too for me. And who do you think would be like that? Like, which family?
Honestly, the judge and his brother.
So true! So true.
Like, when they were younger, I bet they went to the beach and did acrobatics and stuff.
They were, like, freaks, I think.
Yes, yeah. 100%.
My answer would be, like, the said Maddie, like, Durkee. I think Durkee would, like, make them walk in the mountain for hours and stuff like that.
100%.
Make them play soccer, stuff.
And he's always so out of reality, like, out of touch with reality, so he wouldn't even care. If,
I feel like they would faint and it would be like, oh, I'll just pick you up. Yeah. Definitely. So that was my question.
Oh my god. Like, can you imagine?
I would be like, I was once during summer with a family like that. I almost died. We went hiking every day and I was like, kill me.
Was
kill
it
me.
Japan?
What?
Japan?
No, not Japan. I'll tell you later.
Okay, so my next question, bestie sock, is if you had to give Larry a family member, who would it be?
Well, so for me, it will be Elise.
No, I mean create a new character.
Ah.
Like, what relation would it be?
Because I saw something super interesting online. When you present, I don't know if we talked together about it, but when you present Bikini's profile to Larry in Bridge to Turnabout,
what?
He says it's his mother.
What?
Yeah. When you when you present Bikini's profile to Larry in Bridge to Turnabout, he says it's his mother, and when you like ask him to talk about it more, he just doesn't.
What the hell?
So, but like they never interact together, so it's probably just Larry being Larry, but it is slightly mentioned in the games. Like it's a tiny Easter eggs, but I was watching this video called like the iceberg thing of Ace Attorney.
It says when you present it, she seems really motherly, doesn't she? And he says, "What do you mean seems motherly? She is my mother." Oh my god. Isn't that
so weird?
And she's your what? I'm gonna have to take a pass on answering that one. Wait a second. Why is he getting off so easy this time? Oh my god.
Isn't that so weird? But if I had to create someone...
maybe he meant like baby mama or something.
Or just like spiritual mother because he was into that. But weird. Very weird. But if I had to create someone does come to mind. And it's Regina George's mother in Mean Girls. Like, trying to be cool. Kind of a Norma de Plume, but like... / Regina's mom. Like... an Essex girl with a bag, with a dog in her purse, and sunglasses and a tracksuit.
Not the Essex
she would, like,
girl.
come picking you up from school in like a 2-seater. That's my vision.
Oh my god.
What about yours? That's the vision that came to mind.
I think I'd like to see his sister.
Definitely.
And if she'd be constantly horny as well. That's just it. Like, it barely works with him, and it's very hit or miss, but I don't know with his sister if it would work, but it'd be funny if we had a female version of Larry.
Definitely. That would be loads of fun.
That would sexualize the men for once.
Yeah, she could hit on them.
And she'd be considered to be like a hoe.
For sure.
Whereas
like, Larry
gets
his girlfriend every month.
Yeah.
And no worries. Okay.
Stick that in your game.
Absolutely.
CAPCOM.
I'll
squash CAPCOM. I'll squash your dick with my shoe like a worm.
Is that from somewhere, or did you just...
I just made it up.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Beware. You've been warned, CAPCOM.
Absolutely, you've been warned.
My next question is kind of similar, but how do you imagine the parents of the parentless families? So the Meanies, Aqua and Bat, the Lanas, the parentless families, like the families with the parent aren't mentioned. So the Skies, the Meanies, the Acrobats.
Well, that's. The parents of Acro and Bat would 100% be the family you described before, the sporty family. 100%.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Eenie and Meanie, like their parents, I can't imagine them with parents. Like my brain can't go there, but I guess they wouldn't be the smartest persons.
Yeah, very sweet, but
yeah, very slow. Then does Mia and Maya count?
No, because
Lana and Emma, I think it would actually be a really nice couple, like genuinely nice, and they genuinely get along because like they raised them with good values.
Yeah.
And I think they'd have the perfect parents, actually.
Not
even spoil them.
Yeah, I imagine this guys being teachers. Like, super big on education. Because both of their daughters became, like... One became, like, a scientist. And the other... she's a prosecutor, Lana? A detective? A lawyer? In this field. So, I feel like they'll really value education. And yeah, maybe professors or teachers. That's the vibe I'm getting for this.
There's something so motherly about a mother being a teacher as well. So I feel like, yeah.
My mom is a teacher. I mean, my mom was a teacher when I was a kid. So I agree.
Absolutely.
Like the Gavins.
The Gavins. I'm actually shocked we don't see their parents. I don't know. I feel like the Regina Georgia mom would be Clavier's mom, actually. Like,
kinda. The German version of it.
Yes, and a rich dad. Like, basically Paris Hilton's parents.
Yeah, kinda. Like, the Gavin mom would definitely be, like, on the Real Housewife of Germany.
Yes.
She would just be there.
Yeah, 100%. And oh my god. I feel like for you to be both a prosecutor and a guitarist, you have to have like
money.
A pretty wealthy upbringing.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree.
Who else is on the list?
I think we've like... Those were the main ones. And the most interesting ones.
Do you agree with what I said?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. That answers my questions. Thank you.
So, continuing with similar questions, Bestie Sock. My next question is, whose parents and whose kids would you like to see?
Oh, I have a similar one next to that.
And I know, like, we both really want to say Phoenix, but that can't be the answer. Because I know,
get that, because it's so out of the picture.
And we've discussed this before, how we wanted to see, like, they're never even mentioned.
Give me your answer first, because I need to think about it.
For parents, I think I was, like, thinking about this a lot, and I kind of, like, I have a few answers. I kind of want to see Winston Payne's parents.
Yeah.
I feel like when he was growing up, they were pulling him by the ear.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. But also, I'd really like to see Desiree Delight's parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like how she grew up. Like, I bet she was like, I feel like she's the kind of girl who was like so strictly raised that eventually she had to, like, you know, break out of the mold. Yeah. I feel like her parents are deeply religious.
Yeah, she would have to sneak out constantly.
Yeah, and she, like, in her teenage years, she used to hang out in the, like, clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
But also, if we're doing parents, not obviously, but, like, the main one I'd want to see would have to, like, from the main characters, it would be Misty Faye's parents, so we could see Maya's grandma.
Oh, that would be so cute. Yeah, that's kind of a missed opportunity. Like, they've been raised by a little sweet grandma.
We don't see a lot of grandparents.
We see... Oh, I forgot about those. The nurse.
Oh my god.
Yeah, those nurses.
Karen Jensen.
Yeah. That's the only... Like, so the one I would like to see, the judge children... Like, that would be really fun.
Wait, let's do parents first.
Parents.
Because I haven't...
No, show me your cheer list. Lucie thinking. Definitely, for sure, Desiree. I'm very intrigued by Furio Tigre's parents.
I was looking at Furio now.
Yeah, like, the unhinged energy.
Oh my god, definitely. Like, Trailer Park.
Yeah. And Loda Hart could be fun as well. I feel like her parents would be unhinged. And then Misty Faye. Yeah, those would be my answer.
Absolutely.
Loda Hart, Desiree, Furio Tigre, and Misty Faye. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for kids, I would have to say the judge.
The judge's kids?
Yeah, and grandchildren. I feel like they're super rebellious and he can't keep up.
Okay. I'd like to see Horace Knightley's kids.
In your
In my mouth.
That's when I expected it.
I saw it coming. You had to see it coming.
Yeah.
Side note, I went back to our old episodes and clicked on the timestamps where the beeping moments are. We're so fucking hilarious and the dirty shit I say.
Are we? That's nice to know.
But if I had to see kids, I hate to be such a simp and a stan, but I'd have to say Mia and Godot.
Definitely.
I'd love to see
legendary kids.
Maya as an aunt.
Like, Maya would be the best aunt. I can't see Maya having kids, but I can definitely see her being an aunt.
And I'd see, like, the antithesis between, like, Morgan and her.
Yeah,
like, definitely. How horribly she treated her and how she's gonna, like, treat her nieces and nephews.
100% agree.
And I also like how you said that you don't see Maya having children because there's a stigma behind women who don't want children. And I think it wouldn't suit her, and I think that should be normalized.
I feel like the lineage would continue with Pearls. You know, like I could see Pearls having kids.
Like, I love how Morgan Fay went out of her way to like make everything arranged for Pearls, but in the end, she's the only one who we could see follow, like, continuing the lineage.
Like, if she had just done anything, it would have still happened.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a big fuss over nothing. Also, Sasha Buckler's children.
Or parents. Yeah, yes. Really cute.
Actually, parents, I feel like she'd be adopted, actually.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think she'll have really cool adopted parents.
True.
My next question was...
Like, did you watch Euphoria?
No. Like, who?
There's, Jules's dad, I think, would be like Sasha Buckler's dad.
I've heard he's really cool.
He is.
That Jules' mom is an asshole, but Jules' dad is really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question was, how do you imagine the spouse of the single parents household? So, Von Karma,
oh my God.
Greg Edgeworth, all that kind of shtick. When you see just one parent, how do you imagine the other?
So who is it? Is it Von Karma, Gregory
Edgeworth, Faraday,
Maya's dad,
but we've kind of discussed that already. Like, we just don't think about him. The Hawthorne, their dad, we don't really see him.
I think that goes into the same box as Maya's dad.
Yeah, kind of don't think about him. Blackwell, Sykes.
So again,
no, not Blackwell, but just Sykes.
Maya and Pearl's dad, I imagine being like Lane Kim's dad.
In Gilmore Girls?
Yes, because finally she can get that reference because she started watching it.
Absolutely, I can.
And honestly, I think Gregory Edgeworth was a single dad.
Yeah, but there must be conception before.
I know, but like I can't think about it because they're so similar.
Yeah.
And he's brought up, like, I feel like he was brought up the way that a single dad would bring him up.
Like, he didn't go to his mom when his dad died. No. So the mom wasn't around.
I think.
But how do you imagine her? You don't just.
I can't.
You can't?
I can't. Like, it's so well embedded.
Yeah.
I feel like Kay's mom would be like Desire Delight. Like a fucking badass.
Yeah, definitely.
And who else is left?
Von Karma.
I feel like his wife was a nightmare. Like, if you're scared of Manfred, don't go near his wife.
Yeah.
Like, he'd get home and she'd like start arguing, and she like held the like rolling pin in her hand from the kitchen.
For sure.
She'd fucking break your skull in.
I like imagine her with big boobs.
Absolutely. Huge big boobs.
And
smoking.
Yeah, either like horrible like that or super cold and like not saying anything.
But if she was super cold, I can't imagine her with big boobs. Like, I feel she'd be flat-chested.
And like super skinny.
Yeah.
I'm still getting a big boobs vibe. Though. And then for Gregory, I imagine the same way as I see Alma from Ghost Trick. Like, a really nice mom. Yeah. Like, a really sweet person. And then for Faraday, absolutely badass. Just a really cool person. I feel like she'd do something dangerous, like a stunt double or something. I feel like very like ready to take risks and do dangerous stuff. Like, that's how I see her. Yeah. And was that all? Like, yeah. So basically, and I don't think of my dad.
No.
And for Pearl's dad, stick in his ass. That's the only thing that comes to mind. Stick in the ass.
Absolutely. Also, before, when we talked about children, I'd also love if Damon Gunt had a son.
Definitely, yeah.
Like, that would be the sporty family again.
Really cool.
It would. So yeah. My next question is the one you'll need paper for.
Okay.
So I need you to write 2 columns. And it's going to be a column of parents and a column of children, and you have to match each one.
Okay.
Like, who you'd pair up with.
Okay.
So imagine these are the parents.
How many lines do I need?
I think 6.
Okay.
Dick Gumshoe.
I would love to see Gumshoe's kids.
Godot.
Okay. This is the parent.
Yeah. Plum Kitaki.
The mom.
Clavier Gavin.
Yeah.
Yanni Yogi. And Sister Bikini.
Okay.
And the children would be Kay Faraday. Dahlia Hawthorne. Lynn from Ghost Trick.
Okay.
Juniper Woods.
This is really fun.
Apollo Justice.
Yeah.
And Regina Berry.
Okay. Dahlia and Yanni Yogi would go together.
That's the most random pair right off the bat.
They are the only murderers of the batch.
Okay.
And I feel like he made some mistake in his life, but he had kind of learned from them, so he'd be like a really good father figure to her. And I feel like you could see he wouldn't be completely like shocked by her bad side, and he'd understand her, and like right. I think they could work together and like be a cute, wholesome family thing.
A cute, wholesome.
Clavier and Regina Berry give me dumb blondes vibe together.
They would watch Legally Blonde together.
They absolutely would. So that's gonna be my answer. Plum Kitaki for Apollo Justice. Do not ask me why.
Okay.
But
is it like a sexual thing?
No, it's just like I feel like he needs that kind of energy in his life, like someone to slightly boss him around and to make him like
just an incel.
Have more pride in himself, you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I feel like she's used to difficult men with her son, so she'd know how to handle it. I think Juniper Woods and Bikini would be really good together. She's really sweet and she loves nature, so she loved growing up in the Asakura temple.
Right.
And I feel like they have similar vibes, so I'm going to go with those two. And then, so I have just top tier choices. Gumshoe, Godo, and Kay and Lynn.
Yeah.
I could see both, but I would definitely see Gumshoe and Lynn together.
Absolutely.
I feel like he'll teach her all the way of being a police work, and I would love to see Godo and Kay together. Like, I feel it'll fit so nicely. So those are my answers. Do you want me to say them back?
So basically you'd match
that's parent.
Oh. You'd match Gumshoe with Lynn, Godot with Kay,
yeah,
Plum Kitaki with Apollo,
yeah,
Clavier Gavin with Regina Berry, Yanni Yogi with Dahlia, and Sister Bikini with Juniper Woods.
Absolutely, I will.
So my pairs would have to be this is kind of difficult. Definitely Plum Kitaki and Juniper Woods, because I feel like she'd beat her up.
And you want to see that?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see Juniper Wood go through violence.
Take these pencils if you want a different color.
Thank you. So then I'm thinking
I'm gonna bit this bitch up.
I'm gonna bit this bitch up. I'm thinking Clavier with Apollo.
Okay.
Just for that stepson, stepfather porn.
No.
That's sick.
Things we're not gonna do that.
Then Sister Bikini and Dahlia, because she already raised Iris. So if they reunited, they could have like been pure.
They could have been better, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, like Dahlia could have recovered under Bikini, and then send Regina Berry to Yanni Yogi, because why not? I feel like it would ground her having this bizarre man cook noodles for her. And yeah, I'm left with the choices you were left, but I think Gumshoe would be with Kay just because of the backstory they have together.
They do know each other, yeah.
And Godot with Lynn would just be a pair of just badasses. So yeah, mine are Gumshoe and Kay, Godot and Lynn, Plum-Kitaki and Juniper Woods, Clavier, Gavin and Apollo, Yanni Yogi and Regina Berry and Sister Bikini and Dahlia Hawthorne. Mm-hmm.
Perfect, bestie.
Absolutely.
So...
what is your last?
That's my last question. Absolutely it is. And my last question is, who's your favorite family? Just the most simple one for the last, but like, who is your favorite family?
Like, not most efficient, not most
just
realistic.
Your personal favorite.
Misty Faye's family.
The Fays?
The Fays. Absolutely the Fays. I love them. Like, it's just, I know it's less believable, but it's the definition of sisters.
We love them. They're so cute. And the whole family is really, like, you have everything in this family.
Is it your answer as well?
That or the Von Karma. Because I do love them
my God.
in another way. Like, Franziska and Edgeworth and their dynamic and the whole Manfred and them turning on Manfred. Like, I love those that storyline.
Right.
So the Fae and the Von Karma, which I feel like they're both OG, the two big families. So yeah, this is my answer.
Okay. So that was your last question?
That was my last question.
So my last question, bestie Shock, is rank the DILFs based on how DILFy they are.
Okay.
Did you expect anything else?
No, I did not. Yeah.
Jeff Masters.
Okay.
Durkee.
Okay.
Phoenix.
Have we done this before?
Maybe.
Okay.
Jeff Masters, Durkee, Phoenix, Manfred Von Karma, Jove Justice, Zach Gramery.
Okay. So for me, it's gonna be...
from Dilfier to Dilfy less.
Dilfier is gonna be Phoenix in the number
of
one
course.
for personal reasons that I will not disclose.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm in love with him. Then second, Durkee. So Dilfy. Very Dilfy.
Right.
Then third, Jeff Masters.
Mm-hmm.
A DILF.
Who, by the way, one of the aforementioned nasty timestamps were how... Do you remember?
I have a faint memory of it in my mind, but yeah.
About Jeff Masters and anal.
Yeah, and you. Jesus. Then I have to say Zach Gramery. Bad person, good DILF. Jove Justice for number, second to last. He just doesn't give me DILF energy. He looks like a boy. He looks too young to be DILFy. And then Von Karma, for obvious reasons. Yeah, that's my ranking. Yeah.
Really?
He's DILFless. He's a GILF.
Grandpa?
Not a DILF, yeah.
Oh my God. That's disgusting.
Absolutely is.
Absolutely it is. So my Dilfiest to Dilfy less would have to be... Shit, this is hard.
It is, isn't it?
Zach Gramery.
Very Dilfy.
Jeff Masters.
Very Dilfy.
Durkee. Phoenix. Manfred Von Karma.
And Jove at the end?
Jove absolutely at the end because he's a twink just like his son. And yeah.
He just doesn't have that DILF quality. It's the broad shoulders. He doesn't have the broad shoulders.
I think it's the
wrinkles.
No. I think it's the burned flesh.
That would also do it. So we've reached the end of this episode.
Oh my fucking God.
On that note.
On that very
gruesome note.
Gruesome note, absolutely.
What are you gonna do now, bestie Shoot?
What are we going to do now, bestie Sock?
We are gonna run.
We're going to run because we told our friends that we are meeting them for dinner at
7:30.
7:30, and it's now 8 and 5.
Did she text you?
She reacted to my message with a heart.
Okay. The friend was featured last week.
It absolutely was featured last week.
So we love her, and we'll be running to her house.
Yes, we'll be running a marathon.
We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
And goodbye.
Good night.
Good night, besties.
Good night, besties. See you next week.